All right, good morning. I'd like to show you how to use a backsaw today. So here is a backsaw. It's a nice rigid back part of the saw. It is a great saw for working on different pieces of joinery, and it's a really good fine woodworking saw to just do a variety of different things. So a couple things to keep in mind: don't hit the saw on hard things because it'll dent the teeth. So go really easy on the saw. They're kind of expensive, and it keeps them nice for everybody if you're nice on the teeth. Don't just waste the saw by just cutting random things. If you can, try to focus on the project that you're working on and use the saw for that. So that will really make a difference. I'd recommend finding some clamps to help clamp your workpiece down. So there's all kinds of different clamps, different styles. This is just a squeeze clamp. So if you push this lever, it makes big adjustments, and then this one makes smaller adjustments. So I basically get this tight and then push this to further tighten the clamp. So this is just like a hand squeeze clamp. And then we have a C clamp, several of these. So it's kind of the shape of a C, and you just twist it, really easy to use. There's the parallel wood clamps, lots of different clamps that you can find to clamp down your piece. So basically, you're going to grab your lumber, use your square, the speed square here. This one's a little bit larger, but the speed square has an edge on there. You can mark your piece across there at a 90, or perhaps you're trying to do a 45-degree cut. I'm going to flip it this way, the way I'm sitting on this table. So this will help you do a 45-degree cut, something like that. So once you get your mark on your material, you're going to clamp this down, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of overview with the backsaw here. So I'm going to put my clamp right here. Sometimes you might even need two clamps to kind of help hold it steady. So the backsaw, when it cuts best on the pull. So when you pull back, that's when it usually kind of cuts the best, at least for getting something started. So as I get something started, I usually start a little bit on the edge of the board, and then I just really easy pull the saw back. I'm not pushing down with very much force. I'm just trying to go really easy to get that started. Okay, and then you can kind of lean in a little bit, and then you kind of focus on the middle. All right, that seems to be a technique that has worked really well for me, and you just kind of slowly just start working at it, and once you start to get that groove, then it'll be a lot easier. So one thing to make this even easier is sometimes I'll take a straight edge, and I can line that backsaw up with that straight edge. Okay, and I'll turn it over on this side so you can see that a little bit better. So I'm just going to put my straight edge there. And now that I have it started where I want to cut, that straight edge will help me guide the backsaw. Okay, so it's working really good. And that will kind of help you out. So the straight edge could go this way. You can move it around to different things. I mean, this is still extremely sharp, so you want to make sure you don't hit your hand because that will really hurt. You don't want to have your hand underneath it either. As you break through it, it'll really cut yourself. You'll really cut yourself as well. So real sharp edge. Go easy on it. If you notice, I'm just not pushing down very hard. If you push down very hard, the saw won't cut. So it's just real light, especially at first. Straight edge will help you out, and some clamps. So that's some information on the backsaw.